We're not just wanting a typical disability life for him, we're wanting an ordinary life for Mykal. I really believe in vision, deciding what it is that you're wanting to go after and then figuring out how we're going to get there. Mykal has cerebral palsy, so it was a brain injury that occurred before he was born. You know, the next few years were really, really tough as we were navigating. You know, there's so many questions. You don't know what Mykal will and won't be able to do. You don't know, what life's going to look like. Chris and I, we both agree that a good life for Mykal is what we want. Something inside me was like, well, if my daughter can do it and if his classmates can do it, then why can't Mykal do it? We just need to think about it a little bit differently.
Nudge. Hey Google, turn lights on.
We wanted him to do his learning and do his schooling with his peers and wanting him to build relationships and experience the same things as other kids his age. And we've had to really fight that the whole way through Mykal's schooling, because if we didn't, the default would be that he would be kept separate. And that's just not acceptable to us.
They raised me like a normal other kid would, because that's who I am. I do not like to be treated like someone who is different.
So we first did this plan around about 2 or 3 years ago. It talks about who Mykal is and then his vision for the future, and that's really guided us a lot over the years. For me, the path planning model works really, really well. It's up on Mykal's wall, all of support workers get to see it. It's Mykal's good life. That's what you're here to provide for Mykal or help us work towards. You'll be living in Tauranga and you're owning the home you're flatting in. The steps of independence,
Yeah.
The last couple of years, recruitment's been really tough. We got to a point where actually, I just can't do this anymore. I can't keep recruiting. I can't, we've got to provide supports for Mykal. I had met or engaged with Silk, and what I like about them is that they're willing to engage in the conversation. They're willing to hear what it is that we want. Thinking of getting all of Mykal's team together too, so maybe Silk support workers and our support workers to have a bit of a korero, can actually be on the same page, and that we can be thinking together about what needs to change and happen as Mykal's needs are changing.
Mykal, Nikki and Chris hold a very strong and clear vision. They get a chance to decide what's important to them, what they want to use the money for, and it leaves us all open, including providers, open to being able to create solutions as opposed to working from a set menu of solutions.
Isn't the kitchen looking great?
Yes, it is.
You can see how we've finished off the bathroom. How about you head in there? It's very accessible.
Wow.
It was identified that Mykal did want to live separately. Mykal wanted to live in a flat. So we're going to have to look at the first step being living more separate within the house with us, and to create a self-contained, accessible studio that would allow a separate entrance for support workers. So Chris and I could finally have our home back.
I am kind of excited and afraid as well, because it's a big step in my independence.
The concept of the circle of support was just to bring people in to know something was going on. Getting those objective eyes and ears, people who care about us, people who come from a whole diverse range of backgrounds, to try and help support us and to, problem solve some of the issues.
It's just been a real honour to be invited into such a vulnerable place and all bring our different strengths into being able to help.
It's cool to be able to be a part of something that directly affect someone's life, and seeing what they go through and then trying to help some change around that.
Mykal wants to develop games for people of all abilities, and so he's going into software development. So he's finishing with school this year, and next year he's going to be going to Toi Ohomai, the local polytechnic.
I want to make that dream of actually completing a video game for other people.
Our hopes for Mykal is that he gets what he hopes. We're just in there recognising his skills, recognising his abilities, and then creating the pathways for him, so moving out the roadblocks so he can then go and get the life that he wants to. I think every parent has hopes and dreams for their kids. We just have to remove a lot more of the barriers for Mykal to live his best life.